Hi, I'm Tracy from Tracy's Learning and Coaching, and I'm a life coach and hypnotherapist based in Poole. So just before lockdown, I was doing a few workshops to help people make their change. So this is the flyer, you may have seen it about. So it's a new innovation to help people, give people the opportunity to change. So it helps them to understand what's happening in their mind and their body. And therefore, I believe that you have knowledge, you have the power to change things. So I believe that we are a mass of chemical responses, and we have no conscious choice about how we behave. We respond automatically. So what these courses are doing is giving you a chance to become conscious of why you're behaving that way, see if it's still necessary, and to change. So let me just put this over here. So we have been doing the courses, and we've been running through this diagram. So we've talked about each one of these individually. So we've got the beliefs. So your beliefs are your thoughts. So you've been taught to believe certain things throughout your life by significant people, and that constructs your thought patterns and what you believe about yourself and what to do with certain things and what's happening in a certain situation. This is all run by your belief system. What you believe is right, what you believe is going on, how you believe you should behave. So with the beliefs, then you've got the biology. So that's your chemicals. So you have these thoughts within your body, or within your mind, sorry, and it causes a chemical response within your body. So we are predominantly talking about people who suffer with anxiety or depression, which we talked about in workshop 2, and we want to, if you haven't seen it, please go back because you'll understand what I'm talking about more. So, but the biology of what goes on in your body. So if you have a happy thought, you're going to build serotonin. If you are looking forward to seeing that special person that you bond with very well, you're going to be producing oxytocin. If you have worrisome thoughts or angry thoughts, you're going to be producing adrenaline, which we're going to be talking about mostly. So your thoughts make you feel a certain way. So that's your biology, the chemicals that are running your body, and that makes you behave a certain way. So you can't behave calmly if you've got loads of adrenaline building around your body. If you are gearing up to deal with a threat, you cannot be relaxed and calm and just chill out. The same way as you can't really be agitated, or if you are chilled. If you're having chilled thoughts, oh, I'm having a really lovely day, look at the beach, it's wonderful. You're not going to behave agitated because you are believing you're having a nice day and you're feeling like you're having a nice day, so you're not going to be angry, right? It is logic. So we've been talking about this, and this is what makes you you. These 3 circles: your beliefs, your thoughts, your biology, your feelings, and your behaviour. So all again we talked about is unconscious. So we've been working through this. So we're now going to start talking about change. So how do we change? I'm going to move this forward so we can see a little bit better. So change. How do we change? So you have been learning that you are a certain person because of the way you've been brought up, what you've taught to believe, what you've been taught to think, how you've been taught to feel. You automatically respond, pattern responses. When X happens, you do Y. You know that's the best way to behave because that's how you've learned to behave, and you don't consciously make any other choice. So now you're obviously here because you want change, otherwise you wouldn't be joining the First Steps to Change program. So this change. So the first one is, how do you want to be? What do you want to be? How do you want to act? So a lot of us will be thinking negative things like, oh, I don't want to be this anymore, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want them to behave this way, and I want that to stop. Doesn't really give you much of going to go on, nothing new to go on. So you are used to behaving that way, so if you are saying, I don't want to be that way, then your brain doesn't really know what to do because all you're saying is you don't want that. So how do you want to do it? So the next one on the line is, the brain doesn't see the negative. So this is kind of what we've been saying already. I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't want to eat so much chocolate. I don't want to get angry all the time. I don't want to get stressed all the time. I don't want to worry. I don't want to feel anxious. All of those things. Well, what does that give your brain to think of? You know, you've always been anxious. You've always been angry. You've always been stressed. How does your brain know how to behave? Because you're not telling it. So let me give you an example of why you can't use the negative. Don't think about the colour red. What's the first thing you think about? Don't think about mice. Don't think about spiders. Don't think about eating chocolate. Don't think about smoking. All of these things give you a picture in your head, not of the negative of don't think in it, but you're thinking about it. You have to think about it. So if you are thinking, I don't want to be anxious, the picture's in your head, are you being anxious? I don't want to worry all the time. You're thinking about that worrisome thing that you always do. You don't want to do it anymore, but you're not telling your brain what you do. You now have to say to your brain, don't do this, do this. So the brain doesn't see the negative. If you don't want to be like that, what do you want to be? So I don't want to be anxious. Now I want to learn to worry less. I want to feel calmer. You know, I don't want to get angry all the time. I want to chill. I want to learn to speak my truth. I want to be able to communicate properly with people. I don't want to be depressed. I want to learn to be happier. I want to find things, a way of life to make me feel more content. So all of these are giving your brain's idea of what you do want, not what you don't want. So the first thing you have to learn is how do you want to be? You want to do it in the positive. No don'ts, no nots, no no's, always positive. I want to be like this. I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to be like this. So what do you want to be? Easy. Okay, so your brain is used to doing one way, now you've got to learn to do it another way. Okay, so the next one, giving up on giving up. Okay, giving up something. You know, I want to give up smoking. Losing, I want to lose weight. Either one of those, your brain, again, is losing out on something, or it has to give up something. Now, you know, you're a pleasure seeker as well as a threat detector. You want to do things that are good. Now, if you think that you are losing out by losing weight, then what's the incentive to lose weight? If you want to give up eating chocolate or smoking or alcohol or whatever, what's the incentive? You're going to lose something, or you're going to give something up, and you don't want to give anything up. You want it to be a positive. So again, we're back to being positive. So you don't want to lose weight. You want to feel better about yourself. You want to feel good in those clothes that you want to wear. You don't want to give up smoking. You want to feel healthier. You want to be able to smell your food, and you want to be able to taste your food. And you don't want to have to go out into the garden in the pub all the time. So you want to be able to hang out with friends wherever and not feel tied to looking for an outside space. You know, great if everybody's outside, but when it's raining or it's cold or it's winter, who wants to be out there then? So you want to be able to hang out with friends, indoors or outdoors. You know your positives. Yeah, I don't know what your positives are for stopping smoking. Not giving up smoking, but stopping smoking. I'm going to stop smoking. You're not going to try to give up smoking, because trying implies you're going to fail. I try to lose weight. I try to give up smoking. I've tried before and it's just not worked. Why are you going to bother trying again if you've already tried and failed, right? So, what are you going to gain? Positive. So, how do you want to be? How are you going to change? Positives, you're not going to lose anything. You're going to give your brains positive commands that this is how it's going to be from now on. I want to be more confident. I want to be a stronger person. I want to be able to be healthier. I want to look good in clothes. I want to feel more confident when I'm walking down the street. I want to smell better. I want to feel better. I want to be healthier. All these things, they're positives. Can you see how this works? So next one, change you. Now every behaviour serves a purpose. Now we've talked about this before as well. You can't change other people. So do you want them to stop having a go at you? Well, you can't make them. You can only change your response to them, and that is going to change how they respond to you. So we've seen our little men before, and ladies. Sorry, it's not meant to be a sexist comment. Okay, so we've got child X. Hang on, let's turn it around. Child X, do you remember child X was taught to hit first, ask questions later? So child X is aggressive and is a bully. So he's going to then meet he, they are going to meet child Z, who was taught that they were useless and they can't do anything right. So if this one has been a bully, he's not meant to be a boy, by the way. Maybe they're just wearing jeans or trousers or whatever. The same way as that doesn't have to be a woman. Can wear a skirt, right? Can wear a dress. It can just be whatever. So I'm just pointing that out. I'm not stereotyping at all. Okay, so we've got child X. Sorry, child X. So it serves their purpose. They want to get what they want, and they've always got what they wanted by being aggressive. So they are going to be really aggressive. And Z has learned that the best choice of action that they've got is to back down, because it saves them a fight. So he fights, they fight, they fly. And it serves their purpose. They have learned it's the best way for them to be, and they have learned it's the best way for them to be. So both serves a purpose. So you, Z, cannot change X. What you can do is change person. You can change. You can be a different person, a more confident person, a safe person, a person that realises their self-worth and their self-esteem, and they know that they're worth it. So once you become a different person, you won't put up with this behaviour anymore, because it doesn't serve a purpose. So if you change, they have to change. Because if they don't change, they disappear from your life, and that's up to them and that's up to you. But you need to change from feeling worthless and useless to somebody who you know is worth it and does have self-esteem and does feel confident in themselves. And then if you change who you are, they have to change. So that's what we're doing. Okay, you can't change other people. You can only change yourself. So this is not about changing other people. It is about changing you for your better, not them. Okay, so these are the 3 things I want you to think about. Okay, we're going to stop the recording, but I'm going to leave it running for a while so you can have a look at these questions. I'm going to bring it up close. Okay, so change. How do you want to be? We're going to stop the recording and you're going to think about, get a pen and paper, have a think about it. The brain doesn't see the negative, so it's got to be a positive instruction. I want to be more like this. Okay? Give up on giving up. You're not losing anything. You're not giving up anything. You're gaining. You're not going to lose by changing. You're going to gain stuff. What are you going to gain? Change you. Can't change other people. You can only change yourself. So how are you going to be? Okay, now we're going to think about that. I'm going to leave you to have a look at the questions, these questions. I'm going to put the others away for now, so you can't see them. Let's turn this over. So just 3 questions for now. We are going to move on to the others in a bit. I just want you to think about your change. And while you do, I want you to have a think about these 3 statements. How do you want you to be? Okay, I'm going to leave you to think about it. I'm going to stop the recording in a bit, but I'm just going to leave you to think about those 3 statements. How do you want your life to be in the future?